Hi guys, I just wanted to talk to you about some things, the fuses and the fuse holder. Now this is an ANL fuse, okay? This is MRFB. These are the mega fuses. These are the mini fuses. There are so many types of them, especially when you have to do with big power. These are like the cheap clones, Chinese thingies, audio fuses. I did not blow one of them yet. But I do not use them. I just ordered just to see how they are. I usually use either the Omega or some other brand, like known brand. This one is from Siba, and the thing is not only who makes them, ceramical and not, it's the type of fuse. There are like this is a 500 amp from Omega. There are like slow blowing fuses and there are fast blowing fuses. For most application, like for the bow thruster and so on, you need the slow blowing, the ones for the motors, and the ones for like a forklift and so on. Or for the anchor, the same thing, you need the slow blow. Meanwhile, for the batteries, like and so the fast can go well. Now people think that all fuses and fuse holders are the same. This one I cut it because at the times did not have enough space to install it. Then I took it out and changed the whole system. Now just because like there is a 500 amp fuse mega like this one, doesn't mean that you should pass 500 amp over a fuse like this. It will heat up like crazy and it will blow up. Sometimes they heat up and they do not blow. Now it's not that if you use a mega, a 500 amp will not blow. Here we have like, this is one bad installation. This is a 500 amp fuse, and the fuse holder is the best like ANL fuse holder there is around the world. The difference is like this is an ANL fuse holder, but the maximum you could use is like 50 amp, 60 amp. It will stay like, the bolts are M8, really small, and it could hold like a 35 or 40 amp, and it goes well if you don't pass too much current in it. Otherwise, if you have to go over 200 amp, you have the ANL old, that is like beautifully made, is like a jewelry piece. Now the correct way is to put between the square plates the fuse, and then you have proper washers. These are not stainless steel, watch out, the stainless steel is not a good conductor, electricity conductor. You install it like this, and then you have the washer, proper washer, the grover, and then you tie it up with a proper nut. Now this is one of the best fuse holders that you have around, especially for big power, like if you have to pass 400 500 amp and so on. This one, as you can see, had the plate under and it was badly installed. Focus! It was between the washer and the nut, and it's welded there. I keep it to show it around to people, that if you install badly, it will burn. And it is one of the best fuse holders that you have around. M10 screws, Now this is a Blue Sea. It's not for bashing anyone or speak badly about them. I love the Blue Sea products. I'm using some of them. It has a big cover. You can see the color. Look what's going on there. Now this oxidation is superficial. It's due to the fact that the fuse has heated up. It's a 425 amp. The fuse, it has some marks how it heat up. The tin that was tinned, the solder, just melted a little bit, but the terminal and what's under it and the washers, now it was properly tied up. But as I said, if you have it between like a small, you have a small surface where to make the force, just a little surface for the contact. Now I'm pretty sure that look at the washer, how thick is this one compared with the other one. And the INL Alt doesn't rely on the washer to keep pressure on the fuse. Now if here would have had like a plate like this, the bolt it's M8, so even there the clamping power, if you had here like a proper plate to make the contact, I think would not heat up this much. Anyway, this is like in a big power application. Now on a bow thrust or on a multiplus inverter, or where you have like a big loads, Victron uses this type of fuses, the mega fuse. I don't really like them much, and I'm using it like a maximum 200 amp, and that's it, but not 200 amp continuously. It's like 200 amp for protecting a cable, like 70 square millimeter, where usually it goes a couple of amps. Now another thing I want to talk about, it's like the ABYC regulation. You have it on a page. Let me see if I can find it. You have the ampacity, AIC rating. That's the AIC rating. It's important for what? Now I didn't show you the other type of fuse. This is the MRFB, is the battery fuse. This one, in order to install it correctly, you have this plastic spacey, then it goes, the lug goes like this, and there you have a bolt, an M8 bolt that goes out on the other side and stays over a bar, a bus bar, or over the battery terminal like this. Okay, now this one has a small AIC capability, AIC ampacity, the AIC rating. I lost it for a moment over there. The AIC rating, the ABYC, that's like the American standard. One thing to note, it's that ABYC, its recommendation is not like a law or something like this, but they do study shit, and they do recommend what to use. Like if you have the battery less than 50 amp hour, the AIC for the main fuse, it's 1500 amp. Like the AIC rating, it is given by the distance between the two terminals, and it is the anti-flaming, because in the DC voltage you can create an arc, so it will stay like a lightning between one and the other, and will not disconnect the power from one side to the other when the arc forms in the fuse. There is a nice video on YouTube, AC versus DC, and the guy shows the arc that is going on. Now, in order to have the AAC ampacity like the MRFP have like a small AAC ampacity, AAC rating, let's say, because it could still arc. It is like a small distance between here and here, and it could still arc. One thing is to have them filled full of sand for cutting the arc when it blows. Now the ANL, if you follow the American standard, like for the most cases on the batteries over, I don't remember how many amp hour, like over 300 400 amp hour, you already have to have like over 166 5000. Now there are like this NH type of fuses that have a bigger arc resistance. This one is 120 kiloamps. We have this one. Here we don't have it written on the fuse itself, but this one has a bigger ampacity. So in theory, when you're over like 3000, if I remember well, it's like around 3000 or 5000 the ANL. When you go over, you should switch to NH type. Now in the 12 volt, I still have to see an arc. I did do a couple of short circuits, big short circuits and stuff, but in order for the arc to form, I think you have to have like over 1000 amp, and sometimes in 12 volt will not make the arc. Anyway, it's a good thing to know. Like you can find the ABYC E11, and you have all the standards and all the recommendations they do for the fuses, for the ampacity, for the batteries. They even show you how to connect the batteries. Like you have every batteries. Now this is important nowadays with especially with the lithium batteries. They do have a lithium standard also, but with the lithium batteries you have like each battery with its own fuse, and then afterwards you have the common bus bar, and then every device has its own fuse. Now like here on the batteries, the 200 amp, you can use like the 200 amps. Then you have the boost, and then you have like the one of them can be like, I don't know, the multi plus, that's always connected, always on without the battery switch. You should have it anyway. But anyway, you have here like something multi plus and so on. And then on the other side you divide it over there in order to protect like the cables. Sometimes you can use the cheap ones, like if you have a 50 square millimeter that goes to a small panel and stuff like that. Now, since we're already talking about the boost bar, now this is a BEP. I also like the BEP Marine, it's not publicity. Now have a look at how thick it is. It is really thick. It's like 6-7 millimeters. Now this is like 5, and it has a little bit more down under, so it will be like a 6 millimeter boost bar. And this one, it is rated for like 600 and 650 at 50 volt DC. So this is a 650 amp boost bar. If you watch it, it's really thick. Like this piece I have here, this is also 10 millimeters, for 40. So if you have to pass like I don't know, you have a 1003 by 330 amp batteries, and you'll have on this bar like 1000 amp, you could use one of these. But if you go up in it, will not heat up so much. Now when you see on Chinese sites like AliExpress and so on, even the BEP one has like the Blue Sea has like 5 millimeters here on the holder. Instead of making it this big double lugs and stuff, I would have cut it in half and use the two plates and put a bigger bolt. Would have been a better design. Anyway, when you see like a boost bar that's 3 millimeters thick by 25 millimeters, and they have M8 bolts, and they say 1000 amp, just leave it be. Do not use it. Just buy a proper boost bar. Now I like the way it's that nickel plating. They're not cheap, but they do last a lot more in the boats. Where it's got already starting to do the green. The other one holds a lot better. I will try to take a normal one and just have it like plated. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. The point, if you have to take something home, it's watch out the way you install shit, because even the best products you have around, if they're badly installed. Now if you have this one and you have to pass like 300 amp, this one had like a 400 and something amp, I don't remember this one, 400 amp, just take a couple of zinc galvanized big thick washers and just replace them. Like you have the in this case the M8. Do not use this shit, this small thing. Buy a big M8 galvanized, the bigger ones, and use it, and throw away this this Grover also, that these are like stainless steel shit stuff, and use proper galvanized washers and nuts and stuff like this. Anyway, see you next time.